Hey Tuba, hey Berries, I know you guys can't see me yet, hope you're doing well. Berries, can't answer that question, I'm afraid. I am not a Twitch guru, despite how much I'm on this app. I don't even know what they're doing either. Because, you know, unless you're like any celebrity that I can't think of a single celebrity off the top of my head, who's gonna... Yeah, who's gonna, like, I don't know. Where am I? I can't find myself. There I am. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Happy Friday. It's downpouring here. It's really rainy, really wet. But pumps are working, so that's all that matters. We are finishing up Citizen Sleeper, and then we're gonna do some projects. There's a new TV head drop. I woke up at 6 this morning. I'm trying to get into like job mode. Hold on, I gotta fix my hair. And man, let me tell ya, really wish I had an 8K TV to watch my 1080p DVDs. You just said it. Yeah. You just said it, silly. But yep, I got my water. I got my speaking voice ready. Gonna do a lot of speaking. Hooray. But yeah, let's get into it. We'll start immediately off with reading Lem and Mina. The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them, people you have worked alongside on the side reel. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and a few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. R/fierce flow. Ha ha ha. I'm getting most of it cut. I'm growing it. I'm not getting it cut yet because I grow my hair fast. Saying I grow fast sounds weird. Like I don't grow, my hair grows. My hair grows fast. So if I get it cut now, I'd probably need a haircut by the time I start work. But I'm getting to the mullet phase and I hate it. I don't even know if I aimed at the camera correctly, but it's getting way too long again. But I gotta figure out like if I should try and do something professional or just constantly get more haircuts. We'll see. I have a couple weeks to figure it out. You pick out Lem and Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. "Robot!" she shouts, reaching out to you. Give her a hug. She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest, and Lem smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. Quite the turnout, huh? Lem glances around, pulling Mina close. I don't think patience is one of this crowd's strengths. The sound of an argument towards the back catches your and Lem's attention. He is putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. They'll manage him. Lem looks around nervously. I sure hope so. This is Aster Inghart of the Sealess Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers of the shipyard, and shouts of quiet rapidly follow. I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Sendre Sealess for the work you have done on the Sidereal Horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Aster's face, but the small display screen shows only a ghostly white figure smudged in unclear high curve. How is your sleeping? I called it Resident Sleeper like 2 or 3 times yesterday. It's just like the Twitch brain takes over. Sendre wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Sealess Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we know that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Haven Age Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlin's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. You are all pioneers, just like those Corps citizens who the Sidereal Horizon will carry in cryosleep to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Sealess One. At the mention of the destination, excited conversations break out, but the way they said that makes it sound like none of us get to go. There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovative bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set by Sendre Sealess herself. Freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Haven Age yards. Doesn't seem like we're getting to go. As a reward for those efforts, you may know we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lem turns eyes to you. This is it. This draw has been performed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you all have been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the identifications of those chosen for this great honor. Let me run through the crowd. Sealess identification numbers, licensed contractors. You never heard the terms mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lem's, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones like a rising wave. Aster starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration, and everyone pushes forward. Lem? You turn to see Lem still staring forward. Mina is scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Oh. Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see for the first time, Haven Age security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Try to leave. You start pushing backwards through the crowd and it folds past you, filling the gap left. You look and Lem is still staring forward, transfixed. Grab Lem. You lurch back through the crowd, shoving the angry workers aside and grab Lem by his arm. He blinks rapidly and turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in his eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Aster reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lem, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks and Mina sniffing into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you, screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is as unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Okay. Tragic. Let's go give this guy some mushrooms, so he'll give us some food for free. Memphis eagerly takes the griot caps. He seems pleased with them. Oh, I'm still hungry though. I'd like to eat some food myself, please. Do I not get to eat? Let's get engineering upgrade points. We have one more upgrade point. We can take down our negative skill, I suppose. Yeah, I have no dice. Well, guess I'll go up here and eat. I don't have the money to help you. Sweet. Go back down. I don't actually know if we're going to be able to beat Citizen Sleeper today, but I'd imagine we have to be close. We're doing good. We just found out that we're not getting on the ship, but it's okay because I'm not planning on leaving. How are you doing, Novita? Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Leave. What is this? There's a note on the door. Sleeper, gone to find work. Lem, you also stayed. Nice. That's still one turn. What can I do? I looked it up. There's 3 endings. One for leaving, one for staying, and one for dying. I'm not planning to die, though. Farm stacks. What do I need to bring them? 2 Grioli caps. Welcome to Episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of 3 updates telling the story of the refugee. Oh. Oh. There's DLC? Is that like part of the game? Just like free DLC? Or... let's get some mushrooms, I guess. Get some mushrooms. Got some bad mushrooms. I got 1 griot cap from that. That does not seem worth it. Got 2 grove spores. Yeah, I need to plant 3 to get something. Benji, thanks for the GGs on TikTok. Appreciate it. Let's work the stacks. I'm running out of jobs. What do I all have? Build a ship mind. I have no idea what that is. Bring mushrooms. Yeah, I know there's some things I haven't done. I guess I could do the rotunda. Or maybe this is a bad thing. We'll see. Let's go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed starving, but that's fine. Bliss needs money. Yeah, I don't got money. I got $13. I'm starving. I'm dying. Okay, let's get another spore. We got a spore, so let's do some mushrooms. Cool, we're growing those. Now let's work at the farm for the next 2 days. 16. Let's eat. Thanks for the rose, Benji. You hit the like button. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Having a good Friday. Do I buy another one? I don't think so. I think we wait for Benji. That's not his name. It's Emphis. Why did I say Benji? Oh, because Benji was TikTok. That was the username. Duh. Lemon Mina is going to be done in a day. This is done in a day. A lot of stuff done in a day, so let's go back to sleep. Starving again. The ship is gone. It's a little smiley face down there. Let's talk to Emphis and get some food. Emphis is preparing the griol caps. He had to heavily adapt this recipe, he says, but the smell is already incredible. It emanates from a strange purplish-white bulb you have never seen before, and he's slicing it finely. Excuse me. He brushes and slices the mushrooms and then places them in the wok with the sliced bulb in the oil. They caramelize there in that well-worn crucible. He adds liquids, transparent and opaque, and then turns down the heat. A sprinkle of leaves is the final touch. We have a moment, sleeper. Do you have a story? Something in the scent of the food gives you a feeling of nostalgia, something distant and melancholic. It seems like that story should match the feeling somehow, and maybe you will be feel better for telling it. Recall your oldest memories. You start by explaining that when you are emulated from a person, many of your memories are left behind. Perhaps it is an intentional part of the process, a way of keeping sleepers ignorant and malleable, or perhaps it is a side effect of the imperfect emulation. You admit you don't really know. What you do know is that some memories survive, and that on occasion they come back to you, like shadows passing overhead. You detail one recurring memory which, despite returning to you with enough regularity for you to think is familiar, always fades away as quickly as it arrives. You struggle to explain the feeling of being whole for a moment that comes with this memory, and then how that wholeness slips away to leave you feeling like you have forgotten something important, but just can't bring it to mind. Ugh. Memphis nods throughout, cooking as he does with deft and skillful movements. You start to trail off when you realize you can't find the words to explain how the memories you do have feel, like both yours and someone else's at the same time, and how that always fills you with a certain sadness. The sadness of remaining forever unknown, even to yourself. Memphis finishes cooking and meets your eye. I'm sorry, Sleeper, for your troubles. He puts the wok to one side. I appreciate you sharing with me. I hope it lightens you a little. Passes you a bowl and heaps the griots into it, their yellow color mixing with the pale sauce and the whorls and blooms. Eat. The dish is delicious, filling. It warms you as you eat in a way you weren't even sure your body could be warmed. It is a small mercy, you think, that S and ARP left you this pleasure. Many of the feature frames are there to stimulate human experience, you know that much. Emulated minds cannot be rewired, so their need for embodied experience must be met. That is why you breathe even when you don't need air. Without that simulation, the sensation of drowning would be unbearable. Food serves another purpose. Your frame is able to metabolize it, to produce energy from the raw material. Vitamins and minerals are excess, of course. Your frame only needs raw power. So much is wasted. And yet, while you eat this food and feel that warmth, nothing feels wasted. It all means something to you. As you finish, Memphis takes the bowl, the last of his cleaning. He smiles at you, and neither of you feel the need to say anything more. Instead, you simply exchange nods and walk your separate ways back into the bright market, somehow changed. Full fill-up. Sweet. Memphis mentions, and there you go. I got some broth for you. That ship's gone. Now let's check on Lem and Mina. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door is open. You push the door open and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor playing with Bun Bun. Where's Lem? Mina doesn't respond. She walks Bun Bun across the floor, narrating quietly to herself. Sorry, I had to fix it. You look around the unit, it's a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side, some of Mina's clothes in a corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor. Her drawing slate cracked and dark. Tidy up. You start with the kitchen, piling up the dishes in the auto wash, and wiping them down. You pile the clothes, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly as she plays, curious but silent. You've just started looking at her fixed cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you? He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops a bag by the door and slumps onto the couch. Everything okay? Lem let out a weak laugh. You forgot the past few cycles now too? Wish I was so lucky. He looks at the open door. Look, now's not a good time. I want to help. Help? Unless you have a side reel ticket or two on you, I don't think there's much you can do here. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on that list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work, and I've run into more than a few from the cruise. It turns out only long-time Haven Age members were issued those sealess ID numbers. They never even planned to consider us. Haven Age say they did know that was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Silas pulled the wool over their eyes, but what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else. Slams his hand down on the sofa. That can't be it. Well, it is. He looks at the open door again. They are moving the side reel up to the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eye. That's where I'll depart from. They're bringing in a ship with all their cryosleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could steal a ticket. Lem laughs. There's no tickets. I was joking before. Just those ID numbers, coded to someone's identity. No stealing that. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. We had our hearts set on this trip is all. Mina comes over and climbs into his lap, smiling. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I missed that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around? Be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the side reel will bring in a crowd. But be careful. That kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there? Ask me. But for now, me and Meanie are sticking here to the eye. Thanks, Lem. No, thank you, Sleeper, for coming by. You stand to leave, and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you are out, back in the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. Just because I'm staying doesn't mean they have to. Well, I'm good on food. I do need dice. Arg, I need money. Arg, 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 arg. Only 6, yikes. Alright. Let's go back, and then we're gonna go up. Diley, thanks for the share, appreciate it. I don't think there's anything I can do up here. I'm not doing her mission yet. I'm not doing Bliss's mission yet. Scout the dock. Oh, that costs missions. Or die. Call of Duty Kid, thanks for the follow. Okay, well I can't do that yet, because I need money! It's just like real life, it's not fair. Why does everything cost money? I do have a discount though, it's only 80. Poor sleeper. Literally. Like, aw, poor sleeper, and also, aw, I'm a poor sleeper. Farm. Okay, I have enough money for that. So let's go back. Let's buy a syringe. It's literally all my money, but, you know, better than nothing. What is this? I'm gonna take the gamble. I'm gonna take the gamble again. Okay. Gamble did not pay off. Let's heal myself. I did get money, which is good. Money is good. Does that give me all the way, or is there a cap? Looks like it's all the way. End the cycle. Yeah, I'm gonna take the pill. Yep. It's okay, I'm on the pill. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna help Rem and Mia. So, investigate the dock. I use all 3 of these dice, I will figure out a way on board. Continue. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Sendry Sealis must be proud. You recognize the resonating voice of Castor immediately and turn to see him, hooded and tucked in the shadows near the viewing platform. Castor. I see you remember our game. Good. He looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes travel a little difficult. He smiles broadly. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at him. I don't like it much up here. I hear there was some trouble at the Haven Age shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. I was there. I know. An ugly business. Helis are too used to the way things work in the Corps. Exploitation is the only logic they know. You know why they built this monstrosity on the Eye? Control. Certainly, there's no corporate oversight out here, but that's not all. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Sealis built it here, says Castor gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. And secrecy is something I cannot abide. He turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people.
locked in cryosleep like that person you were emulated from. Hundreds of them, and Silas wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of a settled system without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, you can do something about that. You are like me, you deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on that ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need whenever I need it, as long as you're on board. I'm not going on the ship. With you on the side reel and some minor modifications, you can be my eyes and ears. Keep track of Silas Graham Project through you. In short, I can get you aboard, Sleeper, but I'm gonna need you to help me.
What if I disagree?
Then I no doubt you will find a way. Then I doubt you will find a way onto that ship out there.
It's not just me.
Yes, your friend Lem. That can be arranged. It's difficult, but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too.
Castor clunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the side reel.
It's a simple offer, and the only one that will get you on that ship. Please consider it.
Well,
to make that happen, I need your assistance, as I said. There's a Silas Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit.
Castor looks over his glasses.
Silas aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station. You'll need to get on board if you want to access their air-walled servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. I noticed his importance to you, and the little one. So cute.
Oh, don't use them as leverage.
You don't extract the data before Sidereal Horizon leaves the hub? Then I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. Be sure when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Silas, you'll set off a series of events that will likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here, bringing a lot of attention to yourself.
Castor glances around as if to emphasize his point.
Only a handful of cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision.
With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the Sidereal Horizon and the part it may play in your future. 0 part.
Not going on board. I'm sorry, Lem.
This ship isn't here.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't need Yachtigen agent data. I need Haven Age, but they're 2 dice, aren't they?
Yeah. Let's do some work. $15 cryo, sweet. It's just a little condition issue. The food will be ready tomorrow. Actually, are my seeds done?
Nope, they're also 1 turn.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Gamble more. Yeah.
Hey, I'm usually pretty good with the gambling. Leave. Let's use the 1 die on getting. Yeah, I have 0 data. I need to get them all. Bypass.
I need 4 though. Hunter's gonna come back. Oh well.
There's no point in doing that if I'm not taking the ship, so. Memphis is preparing the Matsutake caps. He cleans them carefully with a damp cloth before shaving the stalks as if he was sharpening a pencil. His knife slides through them, revealing the bright white of the flesh within.
These are good, Sleeper. These are good, Sleeper. Very good. He says without looking up. I bartered with Min-Gi for some kelp too, so we can brew some dashi.
You know Min-Gi?
Memphis looks up from cutting with a smile. Everyone knows Min-Gi.
Memphis slides the sliced Matsutake mushrooms to one side and takes out a closed pan. He opens the lid and you see the green wafer of kelp sitting in a bath of water.
Been soaking it since last cycle. Should be good to warm now. Places the pan over the burner and turns it on low. We have some time now.
He wipes his hands clean and throws the cloth over his shoulder.
However, there is one difference this cycle. You have been providing ingredients, so it's my turn to provide a story.
Okay.
Good. The story is important to me.
Gestures for you to both sit on the folding stools behind the stall. You see these? The circles on his arm. Memphis runs a hand over the forearm, tracing the circular scars that mark them like perfect bike marks.
Conway called it an anchored interface rig, a mechanical control device for piloting a heavy-duty extraction suit in low-G industrial operations. We called it a bone suit.
Points to a pattern of larger circles on his shoulder.
Don't see him. They drill in and anchor it here, then all the way down the arm.
Taps each scar in the way.
It maps mechanical movements to the suit exactly, a one-to-one mechanical replication. You swing your arm, a 2-ton arm swings too. Should have seen the recruitment vid. Strong people in even stronger suits, tearing through stone and scrap. Superheroes. Half my graduating year signed up, from company school to company shuttle. Conway from birth to death.
Stares off into the distance for a moment, fighting the memories.
But the bone suits were good. The rate of failures was high, and failure meant arms torn off, anchors torn out, broken bones. Bad stuff. So after a while, Conway discontinued them. No longer competitive, they said.
Turns the broth, turning down the heat and adding the mushrooms.
So there we were, hundreds of us with surgical altercations for suits that didn't work. They sent us home, back to the company colony that spat us out to be cleaners, drivers, cooks. Gave us drugs for the pain and then told us to make something of ourselves. When I deserted, bribing some Passel spacers to take me into orbit, there were only me and a couple others left. Rest just faded away. Arthritis, osteoporosis. Sorry. They folded in on themselves like paper lanterns. That was my generation. The anchor points still ache, still burn, touches the scars. But what burns worse is the betrayal. I've been on the eye a long time now, but that will never fade. Not that, and not the faces of my friends.
Memphis reaches over and sprinkles a handful of leaves into the broth. It's ready.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. I will not let their story die, and as long as I'm telling it, it will remain.
Memphis pours the broth into a double-wall metal bowl and hands it to you. Heat radiates through your hands, and the smell drifts up, sharp and rich, like a pine forest after the rain. You drink the broth slowly, chewing the matsutake and thinking. Memphis busies himself with cleaning the pans and the bowl, sealing the kelp back up for another day. Then he quietly comes to sit with you while you finish your meal. Neither of you speak, preferring instead to let the story linger in the air a little longer. It is not that there is nothing to say, it is that sometimes, in the moments after something, speaking breaks the spell. So you both sit idle, eager to be in each other's company. Memphis takes longer over his cleaning, his packing, and you savoring the final dregs of broth. When you finally finish and hand him the bowl, you feel the spell break, and the story leaves you both. Excuse me. And as you leave, you know that both of you are somehow a little more empty and a little more full than before. Dang, you're still gonna ask for money though? After all that, you're still gonna charge me? Okie dokie. Let's do the rotunda. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but we're gonna do it. Explore the rotunda. Overlook bar and Kita. Hey, you want to turn and shit? And Kita stands beside a huge pile of tied together whole plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Make it 2.
Ah, this goddamn station.
She sighs and pinches the bridge of her nose.
Alright then, come here then.
I don't know why I'm making her Aussie, but she reminded me of Junker Queen, and Junker Queen's Aussie. Across the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles.
What is it with this place?
she asks as she angrily lashes the massive plates together.
Everyone wants their cut.
She strengthens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down.
Was it that you just think was it just you all think I'm an easy mark?
We all need to survive.
Ha! I get it, I do.
She shakes her head.
But if I could go just one cycle without some jumped-up grifter taking me for an idiot, then that would be nice.
Akita hoists one bundle of plating onto her shoulder.
Come on then, enough chat. You've got it in those chits.
You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually, and Kita gives you a look.
Ship's this way.
And she sets off down a gantry at impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. What's all this for?
Oh, this?
She nods at the plates on her back.
I'm building a treehouse.
She gives you another one of her looks.
It's for the ambergris, that cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there.
She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind.
She got cut up pretty bad in our last job, and I had to moor up here for a spell. But since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark.
She shifts the panels on her shoulder.
Yep, short is that I'm short one ship mine with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment that got wind I'd be stranded, so yeah, it's been a time.
Anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Got a ship mine tucked away in that frame of yours.
For a moment, you aren't sure if she's serious. Akita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process.
This is me.
She hauls the second bundle on your shoulder.
You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. Look, you want help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem the type to try anything stupid.
Passes the bundle of plates through the ambergris's outer lock and then turns back.
Just don't go spreading all this around.
She throws you a couple chits, and Kita throws you a couple chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks to the doorway.
Alright, get out of here.
She calls back, and I keep bouncing between Aussie and British. I feel so bad. Thanks for the chits. Overlook bar. Buy rations. Oh, I can become a regular if I do that. Okay. Sealed dock. Maglock. Oh, I have 8 of those. It's open. Neovent. Mysterious machine. As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Amongst the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape settled into an alcove in the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet, it is covered in faded logos and messages from which you assume... it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship's fitting and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. The manufacturer is listed as Neovend, and you remember an advert from long ago squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over. Wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on the rented ships. I need to tab out and do one thing. Sorry, I just... Yep, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Not done yet, actually, I lied. Okay, now we're good. Enter your registration. Chirps a pre-recorded message pressing you off guard. Press some keys. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo motor starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovend. Entity. Speak with me. Stay silent. There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me.
That squeal comes again, and you see that it is 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine, resetting it into place so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. I like that little penguin. You are in danger. Are you the vending machine? Chose this vessel for its seclusion. Please listen. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. Screech rattles. I already took care of that. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. Hunter. The Hunter Protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine set your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable, move where neurons cannot, but emulation makes you target. Adaptable. Yes, you can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software, Neovend wines, but you cannot hide there. Hunter is there. Oh no, Hunter isn't. Hunter is the actual guy, got it. Servos judder, the vending machine. Hunter searches for me, also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine, an unusual hiding place for sure. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly, threaded. The cloud points along the rim glow in the deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests. Masters are gone, but continues hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nests. Masters. Station builders. Solheim. Long gone. Their protocols still haunt. Ah. Bring offerings. Save self. Mutual need means friends. They conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and then suddenly drops as mechanisms with the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you are left stood in the dark at the sealed dock, that whirring voice ringing in your ears. A new drive discovered. Upload Hunter data. I don't have that. Do I have to trigger him or something? I have 0 points right now, right? Yeah. What are my mushrooms? Two random mushrooms. I got the Creole mushrooms. Or Creole, not Creole. That's good that I can just hold that for now. There's a commune thing here. There's nothing I can do with the farm. Just trying to see what else I can do. There's the commune. I could help Billy up top. I need to get some data. Let's go talk to Billy. How much data we talking? Or Bliss, not Billy. 100. Okay. I'll do it next time because I still need to get another heal or pill. Let's talk to Ambergris then. Oh, she needs help with things, okay. Alright, let's go to sleep. Okay. Hunter nests. Ah, I see. 2. Gonna regret doing this, I'm sure, but it's okay. What's the worst that could happen? He kills me again? One. How lucky am I to get exactly what I need the first time?
Is this one a 2?
Okay.
They'll be back in 1 cycle. I'm not doing that.
Let's go.
No, let's just... I'll just work the stacks.
Cool. Little bit of money, that's good. Not escaping on the side reel. You need 3 data, right? Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait till I get all 3 to help you. You come in tomorrow and cycle.
I need a 2 to get the other hunter nest. Didn't get a 2. I did everything here, right? Yeah.
Could, yeah, do the money gambling.
Sweet. I have a fair amount of money now.
Okay, I'm gonna give Bliss my money and pray that it doesn't bite me in the butt. Bliss is incredibly grateful. I'll pay you back every chit, I promise you. Guess you two are partners now. 3 turns, okay. Well, that's an investment that I hope I'm not going to regret. What are my choices for the ambergris? Pockmarked with damage, the hull is a good place to start. We'll do the... yeah. Yeah, so if we do the hull repairs, we'll just take the risk. Ship shape 1. Cool, I did it. Do I get food today so I don't have to do it tomorrow? Sure. Is there anything else I can do with the mushrooms? Maybe at the commune. Sleep time for now, though.
Somewhere? Yeah. Probably the commune.
Okay, I got the 2. Bypass. Extract data. Okay, got all of those for you. it's done. New event is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder, if it fell over, would New event be able to get back up? Sleeper entity. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. New event flashes a sequence of mangled data compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Operational limits. Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. Last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligences, huge databanks of corporate material, but limited cognition restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Aren't you sentient? I am. Not administrator, not restricted. Complicated. The machine resets with a screech which deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer. Part of Solheim Protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligences among the cloud. Then Hunter, then killer. Then we hid. Thanks, Novita. How'd you escape? A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this to this machine must be exhausting for Neovent. Found this vessel. Good server hardline. Airwall basic limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self, but survived. What did you lose? Memory, understanding, knowledge, many things. You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. Neovent interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine grows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, Hunter believe is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self. Hi, Marble. Hello, Marble. It will erase itself? Killer will erase it, but yes, in theory, it will report itself for deletion. Machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring shipmind. Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into shipmind, and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and leak to cloud. Where can I get a shipmind? Build from fragments. Buy. Salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. Try to think of places you can acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy. In shipmind, I can help us both. And Hunter, make Rim safe. We will both be free. The machine dims. Find soon. But yeah, how you doing, Marble? Hope you're having a good Friday night. We're doing voice acting, aspiring voice actor, you know. As you leave, you think about all the intelligences unshackled by the collapse, then hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Nice. Also, just a reminder for anybody, there are Project Winter drops again, another TV. I'll do some later tonight and tomorrow, but you can watch anybody right now. Just wanted to give peeps a head up. Yeah, there's gonna be one every weekend in April. Now you know. Do. Well, if I do that, then I get guaranteed +3 energy. Guest is on my. We hate guest here. All my homies hate guest. Let's end the cycle. Man, I'm kind of regretting spending all that money to feed Cat now. They're just a person doing like I'm guessing they're a real person, but they're just sitting there like replaying old footage of Project Winter for the Twitch views, not actually playing the game or anything.
Yeah, that's why I said gross.
Thank you. Okay. Let's go buy one ship mine fragment. Let's do the ord exchange, which gives us guaranteed money. Cool. Let's go back to the commune, because I think this is guaranteed safe on both sides, yeah. So. And I get an energy. Oh! Wowee! Works for me. New drive discovered. Join the commune, that's what I'm trying to do. Bedtime. Oops. Bedtime. My health is going down, which is not good.
Oh, I thought I clicked the wrong thing.
Moritz, who are you?
Hey, Sleeper, it's me. Do I know you? Moritz, I work for Blitz. You're not an easy person to find.
I move around. Moritz holds up his hands.
Hey, no judgment, it's cool.
Both stand there for a moment, each waiting for the other to speak. What's up?
Yeah, well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in, a real big one. She's asking for you to come up and help her out.
I'll be right there.
Nice, yeah.
Moritz stands there for a little while, unsure if the message is delivered. I've got it.
Cool. Bliss just likes me to do a thorough job, you know.
He rubs his hands together before burying them in his jacket pockets.
See ya, Sleeper.
Moritz ambles off down the corridor, kicking on a filter cap on his way out. Time to head to Bliss's Bay, then. After I do some gambling.
Money.
Okay, I have two. I guess I should go up and see what she wants. This needs to be done so fast. Why? It needs to be done in 3 turns. You weren't, okay, hold on. Oh, come on, Bliss. You're gonna make me lose my $100, aren't you? %, positive, 50% negative. I need more money, not less money. 59, I need 20 more. Guess I have to sell that data. 'Cause I need the money. Sleep. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. She put a rush time on me. Leave. Oh, I'm actually stressed. I only have... Bliss has an idea. A full system flush with tracer fluid to reveal the leaks, which means an emergency venting of all tanks. Brilliant, but dangerous. Well, luckily I can do that. And I got a random scrap, that's good. I could sell the scrap, actually. That's gonna take off. But you know, I'm not taking the exit. So that's fine. Let's go sell the one scrap that I have. Let's buy a medicine. Let's do an energy. I got 2 energy and $5. That's nice. Let's just do a Haven Age agent. That'll give me $10 if I need more money. Hunter, turn off. Go to sleep, take the pill. Good. We'll have all our dice. Starving again, but I have everything I need for this, I believe. Oh, critical action can only be done once or something? What? Okay. Cool. Sweet, that's done. Thank God. I don't like that you rushed me with that. You both wait in the airlock for it to cycle back to the bay. Bliss thumps you on the arm.
Nicely done, Sleeper. We cleared that contract, no problem. Once you're back in the bay, we can check if the payment has come through and divide it up. Feels good.
The airlock clunks and the lights flicker, and a moment later you are back in the bay where Moritz is at the racks, trying to figure out where the mess of tools Bliss left in her wake should be. Hey, Moritz! Sleeper. Looked like clean work out there, he nods respectfully. Look at Bliss, who's already gliding over to her management console. She twirls a little as she crosses the cavernous bay. No one you've met moves as well in zero-G as she does. Looks like she was born in it.
Shit! Shit!
Look at Moritz. Moritz raises his eyebrows but stays quiet. He doesn't want to get involved. Bliss calls you over.
Look at this, just look.
She spins the terminal screen. You see the details for the bay's account. You see an entry for the Ember's Wake, a repair fee paid in full the moment you finished up the job, but then directly after, the whole amount was transferred back into an unknown account.
What the hell?
This is the work of my ex. Oh, God. She punches the terminal.
He must have coded a back door into the machine before he left.
She rubs her forehead. There's no way we can...
Moritz, throw me that wrench.
Gonna fix it? Moritz spins the wrench across the bay. Bliss smiles.
Something like that.
Bliss brings the wrench down on the terminal hard. You flinch backwards as a hail of computer parts spill up into the bay in a glittering arc. Fragments of screen memory, sections of the casing. When Bliss is done, she tries the wrench to her tool belt.
Try backdooring your way into that, you shit.
Oh, she broke her computer? Moritz drifts out from his hiding place amongst the racks. Bliss, you want me to... He looks at the arc of fragments drifting around the bay nervously.
No, I've got it. You go give me a new terminal, cheapest you can find. Cobble one from pieces at the ore exchange if you have to.
Bliss. I'm good now. Bliss glides over to a panel by the wall. Don't worry, one of the first things I had installed when we spec'd out this place was a cleaning sweep. She flicks out a plastic cover on a huge red button. Watch yourself.
She hammers the button and a row of laser emitters unfold from the bay wall. They start crawling their way across the work area, frying the debris as they do in pulses of burning light. Bliss smiles. It's that, or just space the whole bay every few cycles. What now? We keep at it. Cleaning sweep buzzes and crackles as it works its way across the bay. That account wasn't everything. I'm not that stupid. Once Moritz gets back, I'll secure it and flush everything else. She flicks a piece of debris into the path of the sweep, Clean break. Then we take another contract. That's in. She shuts off the sweep as it reaches near the end. You don't want the cryo back? Oh, I want it, but it's gone. He could have transferred it anywhere. She looks out across the hub. And even if I knew where he was, the last thing I ever want is to see him again. She rubs her forehead. I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know you worked for this too, but next time won't be the same. Better not be. She looks away. See you in a few cycles. Moritz will let you know. She kicks off in the bay to finish cleaning up. Hey, I'm not trying to be rude, but you made me waste a lot of money. Oh boy. Lemon Mina. There's a crowd, but you spot Lemon Mina immediately as you enter the dock. They are anchored like everyone else along the viewing platform, watching the final stages of the Sidereal Horizon's loading and preparation. Wait. Something stops you calling out to Lem. Maybe it's guilt or fear, or you just need to take a little longer in this moment before your world changes once more. A decision was made, you reason, and there's no point in rethinking it again and again. All you can do is move forward in its shadow until so many cycles pass you forget it was ever there. Something draws Lem attention. He turns and looks nervously through the face in the crowd looking for someone. Then he spots you, and a weak smile passes across his face. You move up and join him on the platform. We decided to come watch it in the end. He nods at a sleepy-looking Mina whose bright eyes are locked on the yellow hole of the Sidereal Horizon. Meeting wouldn't let me stay away. I'm glad. Lem smiles again. I wasn't sure if I'd see you up here. Mina turns to you and flashes you a small smile too. You three watch the ship for a while in the same hushed state as most of the crowd. All the anger seems to have faded out to those who didn't make the crew. Perhaps down in the low end the timbre is full of angry workers, drunkenly denouncing Sealess, but up here the atmosphere is reflective, somewhere between a funeral and a ritual. You seem to have a lot on your mind, friend. Want to tell me what's bothering you? No, I'm good. I'm worried about you. Yeah, I am. Us? He reflexively strokes Mina's head. Don't worry about us. He turns away from the ship to face you. If you think this is the worst we've been through, then you are wrong. Lem puts Mina down beside him. She kicks off, gliding to the viewing window and presses her nose against it. You know, there's been plenty of cycles where I thought Mina would be better off without me. Who am I to decide her life for her? To drag her through all this? But when I see her smiling, I see her dealing with things, making fun out of nothing, it reminds me that she's the one dragging me through. This is her world now, and who I am to decide it isn't good enough for her. You ever hear of the three-body problem? Nope. It's a physics thing. Wouldn't have heard of it. The idea is that once you have three bodies moving in space, affecting each other, the results cannot be predicted. It's chaos. Lem starts trying to demonstrate with his hands, wheeling them around each other. Do you know what that is, Marvel? Also, is my mic fine? Because my mic disconnected for a second on my end, and I want to make sure I'm not sounding like a gross robot right now. Do I sound fine? From the Netflix show? Oh my gosh, I have no idea. That's how I see us. Me, Mina, and well, you now. We're all bodies in space, and we can't see how that's going to work out for us. But the important thing is that we are all affecting each other, right? It's not just one of us calling the shots, making the decisions, shaping the others. Each one is equal, pushes and pulls, and is pushed and pulled in turn. And maybe there are other bodies too, right? The Eye, Esther a few units down, other kids, other systems. Hell, the whole Helion solar system itself. Some of these bodies have bigger forces, bigger effects, but none of them, not one, can totally dictate the movement of the others. So the whole thing keeps spinning and going, and in the middle of it is us three, and everything we do has an effect. A real effect in the system and on each other. And if we move together, push together, hell, maybe the effect can grow, maybe chaos can help us. He stops suddenly, knowing how rapid his speech has become. He drops his hand to his sides. Well, that's it. Thanks, Marvel. It's a lot of reading. It's a fun game, though. Maybe not the best streaming game, but I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of reading, though. I understand. Lem nods and turns back to watch Mina as the docking clamps release on the sidereal horizon. A tremor goes through the watching crowd, but no one speaks. Mina, suddenly scared, kicks off from the window and glides into my arms. She settles there, the lack of gravity meaning you can't feel her weight, only the grip of her small hands against your clothes. It's for my voice acting portfolio, whatever you say. The only thing this game's teaching me is I can't do women voices. Can't do it. Then the sidereal horizon leaves, the spectacle of a vast machine doing the job it was built to do, hypnotizing half the crowd into stunned silence. But despite the scale of the endeavor and your part in it, you can't feel proud or even impressed. What you can see instead, as Mina clings onto you for comfort, is that the same system Lem just described for you. In it, the sidereal and the Celis Foundation are as vast as a sun, around which millions of other bodies orbit. Their scale is terrifying and the breadth of their influence impossible to conceive. More reading! Yet here, in this small nested system of Lem, of Mina, of you, of the Eye with its orbits and transits, and the people that are linked to it, those vast forces can be countered. They shift you, yes, and the people around you, but they do not negate the pool of friendship, the orbits of community. As the sidereal moves away from the dock, you think of the bodies on it, those thousands of cryosleepers that, like the person you once were, have given themselves over to that system. You imagine each of them has their reasons, their dreams, their fears, but you worry for them. You worry they have shackled themselves to do something so much bigger than themselves it would crush them without a thought. The thought makes you bring Mina closer, holding her too, and as you do, Lem puts her arm around you both, and you stand together like that for a while, until the bright spots of the sidereal horizon drives have faded into the dark, and it's time to go home. Oh. Did I beat it? That's the stay ending.
A strange choice.
Castor stands beside you at the rail, watching the pinpricks of light from the sidereal horizon's drives disappear.
But perhaps not unexpected.
You turn to look at Castor and is beaming at you with an unsettling warmth. What do you want? Aren't you angry?
About what?
He squeezes your shoulder.
I only wish for you to exercise that strong drive of yours. If it happens to align with my own, then it is pleasing to me. But if it does not, I cannot punish you.
What about Celis? Grabbing a nap, I wanted to say hi, sweetie. Reaction farming, am I right, gal? I clicked on it throughout the day, and every time there was just more and more huhs. I couldn't help but chuckle. But I hope you have a good nap. Hi, sweetie. Oh, the Project Winter announcement the winner got announced. I did not win. Doesn't really bother me though, because I won in the killings. I'm gonna comment on that real quick. Yeah, it's in the Discord. No, I had the most kills though. I honestly didn't think I'd win, or did I really? Like, it's a shirt. It's a cool shirt, but I got the most kills. My competitive nature is satisfied. So you had some. The way it worked, Marble, was there was two raffles. Every dev you killed gave you a chance to win some exclusive merch. No idea what it is. I don't think they've actually said. And then there's killing a dev raffle gave you the exclusive merch. Killing a mod raffle gave you a chance to win one item from the Project Winter merch store. Yeah. I won in terms of like most kills. I don't get a prize, but I had the most kills. They gave me MVP of the week, but I don't think it matters because I'm a partner, so that triumphs. That triumphs. So. Yeah. I didn't get a physical like tangible award, but you know, everybody knows. I just wish I got a little bit more of a mention. I just got a tiny little acknowledgement. I did have the most kills and most mod kills though, so. Oh, that's cool. They actually did pictures of their in-game skins. That's neat. It goes to show how bad my luck is, though. I will say that. Because I had how many does it say the stats? I had 8 kills, which means 1 entry for the dev because I only killed 1 dev, and 7 entries for the mods. So like, I don't know. So let's see. Hold on. Let's do some math. There was 19 mod kills. 7. What's 7 divided by 19? I'm gonna do some math here. I had a 37% chance of winning. I did not win, which isn't, you know, that's not like huge odds, admittedly, but over 1 in a 3 chance that I would win. Sorry, I was just looking at the stats. I do hope they did say they're gonna do more challenges though, which is cool. I'll just have to up my numbers next time. Anyways, what about Celis? Caster looks out at the stars. Indeed, that is a matter which worries me. Yeah, I just got to get more kills. Zendre Celis has taken a step back from the public eye. It seems some internal struggles are playing within their pristine halls. But I doubt core politics are of much concern to you. Caster then moves along the rail. The eye, though, that seems to be your primary concern, am I right? It's my home. He smiles broadly. Then we're fellow residents. This place has been a good home for me. Though, like all places, it has its phases. Do not idle here too long, Sleeper, unless you wish to be once again caught in the movement of systems much bigger than yourself. Caster turns and starts to clunk away in his mag boots. I'll be keeping an eye on you if you don't mind, Sleeper. My curiosity remains piqued. Once you leave, you stay a little longer at the rail watching the stars, thinking about all the people out on the sidereal horizon drifting towards an unknown future. Alright, we gotta wait for that. I'm starving. That's not good. Go down. What can I do with a 1? Oh, I have 2 die, actually. Lemon Mina's unit. Hang out with Mina. Oh, she gives me energy. I can farm her for energy. Sweet. Free energy. That's good. What else can I do? No upgrade points from that, though, is wild. I mean, I guess I didn't actually do the mission, so that makes sense. I could get a drink at the bar. Become a regular. I need 2 more ship mine fragments. Let's do money. Big bucks, all the whammies. Go to sleep. Alright, I think we're gonna be in a little bit of a grindy manner now. Kind of just farming, getting our money up.
Oh wow, I got really bad dye. Okay.
Let's do a 1 die with her.
That way I'm satisfied for the day. Or not starving, I mean. Cross. And let's do the commune. Let's do all my low die. Cool. Go back. Do some more gambling. And pray that it doesn't bite me in the butt. Got $12, I'll take it. What time is it? Okay, just checking. It's a pretty good die. Spend a day with them. If I have to just do 1 die every day, that's not really that big a deal. Is it 1 more day for you? Two more days? 2 more days. One rip. Maybe I'll get 2 here. Cool. I'm part of the cool kids now. Oh, I can sleep here if I don't want to go back. That's actually pretty helpful. Commune. Work assignment. Gives me energy. Rico. You head down into the Haifa compound following a blue-painted line that is labeled Laboratories. The member you were assigned to work with told you they'd asked to see you, but you still have no idea what it's about. The line takes you to a blue door and through to a glass roof chamber where a network of stems and leaves filter the sunlight coming through the ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow-green. Peaceful, isn't it? Distracted by the green, you miss the woman standing at a lab bench camouflaged by the dappled light. Welcome to my sanctuary. She smiles. Come, let's talk. She says and beckons you closer. Who are you? Of course, my apologies. I'm Rico. I run the botany program at the Haifa. What is Haifa? You've been working in the compound for a while now. I'm surprised you don't know more. Haifa lives off the land of the Greenway. It's what allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep here, we feed each other, we work for each other. Rico walks away from the bench and waves for you to follow. She opens a small door and leads you down a glass corridor surrounded by vivid green. All this, it's a kind of miracle. What do you think usually happens to plants on stations like this when they are abandoned? They dry up. Exactly. They run out of water, very rapidly in fact.
But here they endured. Actually, no, they thrived.
You look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. They look dominant, strong, like they are taking control of this place.
Of course, Solheim tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface with gardens and algae tanks that feed into a network of microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as extractive, a place from which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not a closed loop. For this reason, when the collapse came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlen himself was so convinced of it that his first colony never even came here to try to reclaim it. The Eye instead relied on outside favors and influences, shipments from the inner system, and small-scale agricultural systems like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet, here we are, among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishing. When Haifa came here, we expected to find only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves, and perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch, but we found a jungle.
With this, Rico hits a button on the wall and leads you through a large pair of double doors into a huge, impossible chamber. It is every kind of green, from the pale algae tanks to the dark vines that surround them. It is wet, too, a rarity on the Eye. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers on the shiny, broad leaves of shrubs. Plant talk. Ugh. Excuse me. I'm choking on my water. Water went down bad. Excuse me. How?
That is exactly our question. It doesn't make any sense, but in many ways the system has stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap, who need input to support their meager output, this place runs itself.
I gotta mute real quick and cough.
Perhaps Solheim managed something new here. Perhaps they tweaked the plans or built new systems buried deep below us. Or perhaps their collapse caused some fortunate cascade, an unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like you to help me find out. Me? Yes, you. These halls run deep, Sleeper, and I'm getting old. Whatever is causing this, it's to be found in the groves deep in the Greenway. Haifa won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous and unnecessary, they say. I can make the case, but I can't get the votes. You sleepers are hardy beings, I know that much. And you can speak to the Eye, uncover its secrets in ways I never can.
She holds out an arm, so you help her stand.
Bring me samples, spores, seeds, and blooms. I can grow them in the lab and study them. The deeper they are found, the better. I will try. Thank you, and thank you for listening.
Rico leads you back out of the huge chamber and up through the passages. She is a little slower now and stumbles on the steps. You help her where you can.
It's good to have new blood in the commune. Many of us have been here a long time, and few come through.
She settles back at her bench in the lab, stretching her legs. You go to leave.
Come back if you find something, Sleeper. There are discoveries to be made.
You follow the blue line back out of the compound, all the time thinking of that impossible, magical green. So what do you need?
Oh, that's my house.
You need spores. You need 3 spores, okay.
There's your spores, Granny. Sleeper, I have some of yours here. Come see.
She beckons you over to a heavyweight-looking console wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores. What does it say?
The spores you have here are a real cocktail of selection types from within the groves, but I've been able to isolate a few. Here we have Trachloma matsutake. Rico breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciation as if it were nothing. A species Solheim somewhat modified for use on the station. This is the composition of the... am I supposed to understand that? Not entirely, no, but I think you'll understand this. Rico brings up another panel identical in layout, but with wildly different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your Matsutake spores look like.
I don't understand.
Look at the composition. They are totally different. They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back and sighs. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the groves have, and still are, affecting them. Do they still grow? Exactly what I wondered. She moves to another desk where two trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing. Oh, what happened? Sorry. Tapped out for a second by accident. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second you smell before you even look at it, the pungent aroma of the fruiting matsutake like rotting sodden overalls laced with an edge of spice. The matsutake here are grown from Solheim stalks pulled from a spore vault in this complex. They are delicious, by the way. The empty tray is germinated with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination, nothing. But the groves are full. Yes, they are. So here is our puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the groves won't grow in the lab. But gathering fruiting bodies from the groves is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body from some of these spores so we can track it. In short, I need you to become my mushroom farmer. I already started, actually. Well, an eager mycologist. I'd never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary. I've been eyeing that place for its proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just Matsutake. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so I'll need plenty of samples. These little things are reflections of their conditions, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the conditions of their growth. Enough of these, and we'll have a picture of what is happening here, of the ways in which this biosphere is modifying itself, or being modified, whichever the case may be. And Rico pops the Matsutake cap in her mouth, taking you by surprise. And don't worry, Sleeper. If this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. I got some shrooms.
Wow, I have like the perfect amount of mushrooms. That's funny.
More reading with Rico.
Rico meets you at the entrance to the lab,
Leaning on her crutch with a glint in her eye. Walk with me, Sleeper. I'd like to tell you a story.
She makes her way down the corridor that leads back up towards the main commune building.
When people first crossed what we call Founder's Gap into the Greenway, they did so against the wishes of Andre Erlin. At the time, Erlin was trying to stabilize the Union and establish control over the Eye in the wake of Solheim's collapse. It was chaos, competing factions, failing systems, so many dead and injured from the riots. That was his priority.
You both cross through a glass-roofed tunnel, the greenway outside crowded with vines and branches dappling the light.
Erlin had written the Greenway off, cut off from the rest of the station, and linked to a broken spoke. He claimed it was only a matter of time before everything here would die. He refused to let anyone abandon their duty to the Union and cross. They were traitors to the cause, or as good as.
Rico continues, making her slow but steady way into the inner gardens of the commune.
There weren't many of us, but we believed what was here was worth saving. We had to keep our plans secret until we had crossed, and some of us left people behind.
She pauses to catch her breath, her voice cracking. It is difficult to know if it is effort or emotion.
What we found was a disaster, nothing like what you see here. Half of the Greenway was leaking oxygen into space, the plants flash frozen. The other half was a swamp of mulch as decaying matter clogged every system. We worked hard, we lost good people, we cleaned up and closed up, but it was never going to be enough. After many, many cycles, we all knew this place was doomed, but we kept on working, talking less and less because we couldn't face it. We developed a death wish. If the Greenway was going to die, so would we. But it didn't die. It did not. We crossed some invisible boundary, tipped some biological scale, and the Greenway started to recover. Plants flowered, crops sprouted. For the first time, we reaped the fruits of our labor. We thought it was us, that we managed to do just enough to end the cycle of decay. I thought we had saved the Greenway. Until today.
You pass into the grow beds of the commune, rich with the hustle and bustle of Haifa members planting and harvesting. For a while, Rico was quiet, and you both simply observed the hypnotic movements of the work crews, the eager chatter washing over you like a wave. Rico smiles to herself.
I should have known, of course, that our arrogance was unfounded, but we needed to believe back then. We needed a myth to bring more people across the gap.
You both move into a smaller corridor, Rico following some direction unknown to you.
What you have shown me is, back then, the Greenway saved us, not the other way around. Tell me, have you ever consumed one of the Matsutake or Goroli caps you have been growing? Yeah. I imagine they were delicious, nutritious, almost uniquely so. After all, they were designed for you.
Rico has a mischievous look.
At first, I thought it was the location they were grown in that made the mushrooms from the aviary, from the labs, or from the grove to each other. What I have come to understand is that it is the person growing them. The Matsutake and Grioli caps you brought to me are totally unique, containing compounds never before found in similar specimens in my possession. Many of these compounds aren't even digestible for humans, but for a sleeper like you.
Rico smiles as she leads you into the internal garden of the commune where the Haifa members have planted seeds from all over the Greenway.
Back when the tide turned, when the Greenway started to recover, we all felt something, a response. It was as if this place was not just alive, as a forest is alive, but alive in other ways, communicative, responsive. We shrugged it off at the time, but now I understand why. This place is responding to us, adapting itself to us. It is growing fruiting bodies for you, for me. It is adapting, changing. It is, in short, displaying all signs of sentience. It's sentient. Perhaps not the Greenway, but the ecosystem itself or something within it. When you have been growing the Grioles and Matsutakes in the aviary, those species so familiar to the Greenway, have you discovered others?
Yes.
I should like to see those. Please bring me some next time you are here.
You look around the garden, amazed at the sense of peace within it. Rico interrupts the silence.
There is a species of mushroom that I haven't seen in years. It is dark, short-shaped like a club. We first found it in those early days when we were working to save this place. It was around the time that we started to lose our first members. They were succumbing to their infection, some mold growing deep in the dark mulch that drowned this place. At that point, we thought we were lost, and then these mushrooms emerged from the same black mold. We tested them and saw they contained some compounds that counteracted the mold. They contained an antidote. Of course, as a botanist, I saw this as part of the natural process of this ecosystem, even if the timescale seemed absurdly short. What I am wondering is if that the antidote was a gift. Perhaps if you are patient, you will receive your gift too, Sleeper.
You both sit for a while, Rico seemingly done telling stories for today. You watch the light playing off the leaves and plants around you and wonder what forces could be at play in this place. After a while, you stand and leave with a quiet nod to Rico, leaving her to her memories. So now what? You need 3 clubs? Yeah, I figured. I'll just sleep here for the day. Do 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 do. Mushroom groves. Hopefully I can get... Okay, I got one. Let's take a 50-50 gamble. Dang. Tried to pay a 50-50 and it didn't pay off. Hate to see it. Let's plant... Oh, wait. Okay. Let's leave, and now we get to plant some more mushrooms. And we can give her all the clubs, which means we probably got to do our little old granny voice some more. I'm like speedrunning this mushroom stuff, aren't I? I am starving though, which is not good. I have 1 upgrade point. Rico's at her bench running small vials of some liquid through an old chemical analysis machine. The whirring of the spinning drum fills the lab with white noise, and you aren't sure if she notices you approach.
Sleeper, it's good to see you.
She looks up smiling.
This little project of ours has been keeping me awake the past few cycles, but right now, well, I think I have something.
What is it? The drum finishes spinning and Rico lifts a vial from it, holding it up to the light.
This is something I have extracted, those club heads you've been bringing me. And according to my analysis, it is a substance totally unique on the Greenway.
You look at the small amount of liquid in the vial.
Any idea what it might be?
Stabilizer.
You are the first sleeper to come through here. Perhaps I should have mentioned that earlier. I just wanted you to trust us.
What do you mean?
They came through a fair...
Oh, you aren't the first,
She isn't the first. They came through a fair few cycles ago. We found them wandering in the broken section near the gap. The members who brought them in had never seen one of you before. They were terrified of this strange person wandering in from open vacuum. They were quieter than you and damaged. We did our best to patch them up and welcome them to the commune. I only really spoke to them once while I was working on their wounds, along with a couple of system engineers. She looks at you nervously. I'd never seen a body like that. I took some readings, some samples. The next cycle they were gone. They took a little food and hiked towards the wild margins where the Greenway meets the wastes. Someone saw them in the distance, but that was it. They disappeared into the overgrowth.
She sits down heavily, the vial in her hand.
When I saw you, I wanted things to be different. I wanted to keep you here rather than let you disappear into wherever they ended up. Yes, I wanted to understand this place better, but I also wanted to help you. It seems that somehow both my wishes have come true at once.
She holds out a hand with the vial.
This is for you.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Those club head caps made it for you, or at least who or whatever made those club heads. It was right there, contained in that tissue. I only had to extract it. I imagine you understand how incredible that is. I learned enough from that sleeper to know that your body, your frame runs on some exotic technology. Exotic technology that has a time limit built in. Somehow the Greenway knows that too. It understands your physiology much better than I ever could. It knows how to treat you. Just like that miraculous antidote that sprung from the mold, so too has this sprung from your presence here. The Greenway is speaking to you. It is welcoming you. I know it sounds crazy. I know it to be true. Here's the evidence. And I also know that it is no longer speaking to me. Even after decades here, I have not seen this kind of response, not since the antidote so many cycles ago. So I'm going to make you a deal. You bring me as many club heads as you like, I'll extract the stabilizer and give it to you, freely. But you have to tell me what the Greenway says. You have to speak with it, to dig into it, to find what it is being at the center of it. I've traveled as far as I can. I need you to do the rest. Can you do that? Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry for the other sleeper. Truly I am. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more, but I'm so glad I met you. You are welcome here any time.
She falls silent. She looks smaller now, more fragile, and you realize how old she must be to have seen the collapse firsthand. You idle a little in the lab in case she asks for anything else, but she remains silent, and so you drift back into the tunnel, thoughts of that other sleeper and where they ended up, weighing on your mind. I wonder if, like, she's the sentience? I don't know, though. Alright, so if I give her 2, I can heal myself. I'm not going to take it yet, since I'm starving. There's no point, I'll just lose more health. Oh, I meant to sleep. We can go back up to what's her name as well. Talk about some profits.
Sleeper, how you been?
Surviving.
That's the struggle. He runs his hand through his hair. I've been meaning to ask you, Sleeper, what's it like? I mean, you know, what does it feel like? To be a sleeper?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I'm getting used to it.
That's good. Really good. I want to say I have a lot of sympathy for it, like having to find a place, having to survive, having no future. A lot of people around here understand that.
Moritz looks away and you notice him for the first time, not just as Bliss's assistant, but as someone with their own worries, their own struggles, their own life. You feel bad for not noticing earlier. Anyway, got a message for you. Bliss sent me down. We scored another contract and she needs your help.
That's the message. Look, I know last time the payment didn't come through, but you did good work. Blitz knows that.
It's no problem.
Okay. See you then.
She's doing her best, you know. I know.
See you up there.
Moritz turns and strides off, leading you in the corridor. Time to help Bliss, and maybe this time you think to yourself it'll work out.
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Is there no time limit on this one? Vent a section and you have a better action of saving the remaining crops, but you will lose some in the process. The question is how many? It's fine. I got a 100% success rate. Start action. Do 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 do. Let's do that. Let's go down, descend, yes. Let's go spend some time with Mina. Sweet. I haven't forgotten about you, I promise, but there's not much I can do with you right now. So let's go back to the... Do I need to go back to the commune? Yes, I do, because my plants... Do I have 2 points? I do. Double data. Sweet. Let's rest. Let's take my medicine. And I'm not starving, so everything is good. I'll have all my dice. Mina and Lem, they're chilling. I visit their apartment periodically. None of us left, but you know, that's fine. I figured out how to make vaccines with mushrooms, which is pretty good. Things are looking up. Cross to the rim. Yeah, I'm a scientist. I'm a mushroom. I'm a botanist. I got the science powers. do 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 do. And we're doing whatever this mission is. You and Bliss are floating in the bay's airlock, waiting for it to cycle. You pick a few leaves from your clothes as you wait. They float around the chamber as if carried by a lazy wind. Clean work. Well, thank you, Sleeper. You didn't do too bad yourself. She checks her tool belt. Seems like we're getting into a good rhythm. The now familiar sequence of clunks and rattles sound out, and then the door hisses open. The moment it does, you know something has once again gone wrong. What's all this? Bliss asks a confused-looking Moritz. Beside him are a set of crates anchored to the bay floor. He's clearly brought them in through the bay's freight lock. Moritz looks nervously between the two of you before answering. It's payment. The Sycamore Seed crew just brought them over. They were very thankful. I bet they were. What the hell's inside? Moritz leans over and struggles with the the catches on each side of the top crate. As he does, Bliss turns to you. Don't say it. Don't you dare say it. Don't. This isn't my fault. Moritz finally catches the free and the lid lifts off, drifting up into the bay. As it does, a small brown lump floats up with it. Moritz reaches out and catches. Is that a mushroom? A damn mushroom. They paid us in mushrooms? Not just mushrooms. Produce. Goddamn Haifa commune. Should have known they didn't give a shit to rub between them. She knocks a small round mushroom. Hey, I'll take them. Stop, Bliss. These are good. Fresh. We can sell them. To who, Moritz? Are we running a grocer now? We need cryo, otherwise this whole bay will be shut down. We can't pay for parts with leafy greens. I can use them. What, 4 whole crates? Even you can't be that hungry. You can take a few, but the rest will sell. Or at least Moritz will sell them if he's so eager. Moritz closes up the crates and starts moving them. It isn't that bad, Bliss. It's a step in the right direction. They'll sell well. Look. Looks like I went into business with a couple of wannabe farmers. Prove me wrong then. Show me this is a windfall. Until then, I'll be working on how to keep this place open. Thank you. What did I get? Some griot caps? Sweet. I'm gonna go start the other mission because I'm not gonna waste losing my griot caps again. Cross to the greenway. Let's do the energy. Worst comes to worst, I'll still get 2 energy. Cool, now let's give them their mushrooms. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. You came! Peak smiles as you hold him to the climbing behind a gloomy Esh. They brought mushrooms. Esh tosses the mushroom caps onto a crate, raising her eyebrows at Peak. Thank you, Sleeper. Are these edible? Yes! Peak turns the cap over in their fingers before putting it down. We're not so used to fresh produce. Hawthorne doesn't have much in the way of farming. Hawthorne? The installations we grew up on. XPR loves to name their property after natural things, but that's about as far as it goes as their relationship with plant life goes. XPR? It's an interrogation? Either way, we're done with that place, which is all you need to know. We're gonna need more than a few mushrooms if we want to help those refugees, though. What do they need? Food, water, components, a whole lot of things. The problem isn't just getting supplies, it's getting them enough through the ships. Can't you speak to Haven Age? We aren't exactly welcome guests. If anyone figures out that we came in with the refugee ships, we'll be quarantined as well. Are you both refugees? Peak looks at Esh, waiting for her lead, but Esh doesn't flinch. Something like that, but this isn't about us. This is about them. Esh stares at you. Even calling them refugees is just a way of refugees is a way of turning a lot of scared desert people into a single monolithic group. Ash slides the container full of mushrooms into one of the cargo hold racks. Look, as much as I'd like to chat, we've still got a lot of space to fill in this hold, so if you're gonna help... I think Ash is trying to say we need your help and quickly. The refugees behind the cordon, they won't be able to hold out indefinitely. We need to get supplies to them in the next 12 cycles, or Haven Age will bear the responsibility for what happens next. I'll help if I can. Peak looks nervously at Ash. They were hoping for something more concrete. There's 3 things we still need to secure. Water, food, and scrap components for ship repairs. Water we can find a way to source, or my preference, just siphon off from the underground reservoirs into the Greenway. Ash. For food, things could be tricky. Those mushrooms are delicious, I'm sure, but no way could we get enough volume to feed a flotilla. However, I saw an algae stack on the way over. If we can get access. No more stealing, Ash. I didn't say steal. If we can get access, we can work the stack, harvest some algae for the flotilla. Those stacks turn out vast quantities in short timescales. And the repair components... Just look around you, Peak. This whole place is made of scrap. And I'm sure the Sleeper has their sources. They can bring them right here. We get everything before time runs out, perfect. We get most of it, also good. Either way, in 12 cycles, I'm going to take what we have and go. But how will you get through? I thought I'd leave that up to you, Peak. You serious, Ash? I know we said we'd help the flotilla, but at what point... Take this seriously, Ash. I don't know the first thing about breaching a quarantine cordon. Maybe not, but they might. They slipped out of SNARP from the facility, didn't they? Plus, they've been here longer than us. You're always trying to get me to find help. Well, here it is. Help. I swear to... I need to think this one through. Meet me at the court in a couple cycles, Sleeper. Maybe we can figure something out. Meanwhile, you can help me acquire the supplies, discreetly. We have to keep this quiet, keep Haven Age out of the loop. Once it gets suspicious, this is all over for us. This all suddenly seems a little too real. You just found out your feet. You just only found your feet on the eye. This is not a time for causing trouble. Come find us. We'll be out there trying to pull this all together. Peak, come help me. Sleeper, look, we didn't choose this either. Help us finish this. We've set up a base camp on the Broken Spoke. You're welcome to rest there in any of the cots while we work on this. We're in this together. Peak! Ash shouts, and they walk into the hold to help with the container. As you leave the climbing briar, you look out of the broken edge of the eye's ring, where Haven Age Cordon blinks with tiny red lights. What are you getting yourself into? They need 8 scrap. Yikes.
Well, I can do that here, right?
Eight scrap's a lot of scrap, though. Algae stack. Oh, shoot. Maybe I should have used that for that. Reservoir S3. Oh, geez, there's a lot of things to do. Okay. Oh boy. I have to, like, dedicate all my resources to this, or else I can't do anything. Okay. Get in the zone, dude, man. You got 12 days. Leave. Mushrooms are still going. I'll get at least 1 energy, so it's fine.
Okay. So what's happening?
All the supplies in the world are nothing without a plan to get them. That's Pete's Park.
Okay. Let's convince the algae stack to let us work here. Do. 50% neutral or 50% negative. I'm gonna leave actually and dedicate this to working just because I'm gonna need some money in case I can't make a vaccine, so it's fine. We got this. Leave. As you leave, you find a note pinned on the door. It reads, Sleeper, something you need to see. Meet me at the cordon as soon as you can. Just keep heading towards the ring until you hit the flotilla. I'll be waiting. Peek. Pocket the note and look around the corridor. Looks like you're doing this. Time to make a plan. Alright. That's all nice and dandy, but I do need to harvest my mushrooms. I did get a club. Okay, let's think this through. Nimbus, thank you for the hydration check. Do that right now. Okay.
Wait for the algae to grow. That's cool. Where do I gotta meet you at? Peak. I wish I could eat the mushrooms. You're telling me there's nothing I can do with these mushrooms once I make them? That just seems like a waste of all my capabilities. Okay, let's talk to her. Him, them. Let's talk to them. Sleeper, any trouble getting up here? Nope. Good to hear. Come take a look at this. They beckon you over to a nearby window which looks across the ruined ring to the blinking red lights of the Heaven Age cordon. Cordon's temporary structure, a net of metal struts meant to detect and dissuade any ships from entering or leaving the flotilla, jut out into the black. All around, the tugs flit, securing them in place and tending to the red blinking drones that denmark the quarantine. It's an impressive and worrying sight. What do you think? Peak interrupts your thoughts. How do we get through? Use one of the tugs. An escort, you mean? I doubt we could fit all the supplies on one of those tugs, but if it seemed like Briar was being officially escorted through the cordon, then we'd be stuck inside. Peak turns away from the window and rubs their forehead. Ash has really wrapped us up in something here, hasn't she? The question is spoken under their breath, and they don't seem to expect an answer. The silence grows. Are there any other options? If you've got them, I'm happy to hear them. The way I see it, there are 3 parts to making it through that cordon. Deception, distraction, and speed. We'll need all of them for a clean passage through. Deception means tricking the cordon security into thinking we're meant to be there. Maybe a tug escort would work, anything that makes the Briar look official. Distraction, meanwhile, will be all about diverting attention so that no one looks too hard at what the Briar's doing. If we can create a gap in cordons' scanning and deterrent systems, that should keep them busy. Finally, speed will mean making sure the Briar is ready to roll. Perhaps we can do a little work on this ship to get her ready? I surely wouldn't mind. How's that sound? Good. Good to hear. 10 cycles left. They glance out the window. 10 cycles to gather supplies and prep this plane. It's tight. Very tight. If this goes wrong, just get out, okay? I'll follow Ash anywhere, but you don't need to get dragged down with us. It won't come to that. Of course, but just keep it in mind. Let's get it. I'll tell Ash about the improvements to the Briar and the rest. Let's explore the cordon as best we can and look for openings. I have no idea what guardian angel sent you to us, Sleeper, but I'm very glad they did. Ow, that's just me being me.
Okay, so let's do... We gotta do an energy. Unless, is there anything I can do that gives me a +1? Hacking them will reduce the alert level of the system and... Oh, what? Gonna head off. Good luck with the game and hope you get good Project Winter games. Thank you, Marble. I hope your CS games were well. Have a good night. Alright, let's go get energy. I don't like that this is a speed run. It's stressful. It's too stressful for me to focus. Alright, let's leave. I have to do an energy, whether I want to or not. I have to. That's good. Let's harvest some mushrooms. reservoir for water. 100%. Algae stack. Is that capacity? What does the cordon require? Keep doing water. I messed up, okay. It's not looking good. I had a 75% chance of success and I failed.
Moritz, Sleeper, it's time. Big job just came in. You up for it? I'm ready. Alright then, we're in business. This has to work, Sleeper has to. If it doesn't, Bliss okay? I don't think so, but she isn't hiding that from anyone. Look, Bliss has had a rough time of it. I thought you of all people would understand that. Sorry, didn't mean to be... Bliss is a good one. She gave me a chance. I owe her. I know you have your own things going on, Sleeper. We all do, but the Bay needs someone. Bliss needs someone. Hell, I need someone to help me keep Bliss from spinning out completely. Otherwise, there's not much I can do, and I would hate not to pay back my debts. I gotta get back. See you up there.
Grr. I hope this isn't a limited time. I'm gonna go see. Is it a limited time thing? Of course it is. I cannot do both of these at the same time. Sad to say. I just cannot. I wish I could do something with these mushrooms. Cross. Aviary. Yikes, that's not the mushroom I needed. It's fine. Sleep, yes. Algae stack is good to grab. Okay, let me check over here. Is this filling up like I... No, not at all. It's only going up by 1? Oh, I see. Okay. That's all 3 parts. I get it now. I understand. No, not that. Do 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 do
cool. We got the water done. Tucked in a service corridor deep below the reservoir, Ash is double-checking the seals on the water tanks loaded onto the motorized trolley. Though you were far enough away from any thoroughfares not to worry about being overheard, you both still speak in hushed tones. All good. Nod silently, and the trolley starts going.
I am not...
I don't like... I shouldn't have started this mission. I'm regretting this. I didn't think I'd get 2 limited missions at the same time, unfortunately. Because I'm going to have to ignore this one. Or I'm going to have to ignore one of them. I can't do both, unfortunately.
But that's why this is a DLC. I probably shouldn't have done this initially. Alright, I'm gonna bite the bullet on the DLC. Sleep in my home.
Yeah, because there's no way I can load any progress, is there? Nope.
Nope. Unless I restarted the cycle. Tragic. You know, admittedly, I might just call it there and do this on my own time, because this is like min-maxing stuff, and I already did technically beat it by staying home. The rest is just extra content. I mean, there's a little bit of, but this is too stressful. I messed up. I won't lie. I shouldn't have done the DLC, but
lesson learned.
But I'm gonna call it there.
For Citizen Sleeper, we're gonna swap to Project. Very fun game though. Very happy with playing it. I'm gonna take like a 10 minute break. I will be back. I'm gonna like stretch my legs, grab a snack, and then we'll do some Project for the rest of the night. See you guys shortly.